Hello everybody, this is Dr. Novak again. What I'm going to show you is exactly the place I live here in Florida called SoliVita. SoliVita is a 55 and older community. It allows some younger people to come in, like in their 30s. There's a certain percentage that can come in. But if you're younger, you have to buy a new house, and it usually is without children because it is a 55 and older community. Now, the thing about SoliVita, why I moved here, is what does this have to do with fish or anything else? SoliVita has over 100 ponds and lakes. It's 4,300 acres of reserved land. So what that means is, in order to build this, when they started in the year 2000, they had to get the Army Corps of Engineers to approve all the building on this land of the 4,300 acres, which means there had to be lakes or ponds made to accommodate not only water retention, water recirculation, but also the wildlife. Because this is a reserve, we have lots and lots of wildlife here in Florida. The thing about SoliVita versus other places is it is a reserve. It's not just a 55 and older. There's lots of 55 and older places here in Florida. Okay, there's like 478 different ones. About 18 or 20 of them have indoor pools. SoliVita does have an indoor pool. But the thing about SoliVita versus others is it's a reserve. It has two what they call champion golf courses. That comes with it, but it's not something that's mandatory you have to join. However, one thing about SoliVita is that everybody loves is the grounds of maintain and landscaping. Now, the landscaping is unbelievable, and that's the reason I moved here. It is what some people say SoliVita is like Disney World. And right down the street from us, I'm going to say maybe a mile and a half away, there are 12,000 acres of land that Disney owns. There's my bike. But all this is part of SoliVita. Like I said, 4,300 acres, that's quite a lot. But when you first drive into SoliVita, the thing that you first see is all the beautiful landscaping. And it was designed this way on purpose. It has over 5 miles of bike trails. It has 14 swimming pools. One of them are indoor. It has an indoor track. And when I say 55 and older, that means any member of the family can be 55 to move here. That's what that means. So not both people, if you have a husband and wife, have to be 55 years old. One of them individual could be 55. It's not really a retirement community yet. A lot of retirees are here only because of the fact of SoliVita is for 55 and older. But there are a lot of people here that still work. They go to work every day. Some work out of their homes. Some work at Disney, MGM. Disney and MGM are about 45 minutes away, so they're not that far away where you can still continue working. And I'm going to show you a little bit about where I live, but I'm going to show you a little bit about the hundreds of ponds and lakes, the wildlife. The wildlife is unbelievable. That's here. So I'm going to get into that. Right now, I'll show you one of the largest lakes in just a few minutes. But like I said, the landscaping here is what really sets it off. We spend, I think, if I'm not mistaken, over $1.5 million a year just in landscaping. SoliVita, the homes. There's 5,100 homes built, and there's still about 300 to 400 more homes having to be built. And then after that, the builder's done. And it's a Taylor Morrison complex. It used to be Avatar, then they sold out to Taylor Morrison. Now it's Taylor Morrison. However, it's just one of those places that up north, if you wanted to live in a place like this, the homes would have to be at least $1 $2 million, $3 million homes. If I wanted to live in a gated community up north, it would cost, the homes would be in the millions. Here, they're not in the millions. The price of homes was very reasonable, no more than the price of homes up north. However, since the pandemic came, the price of homes have been driven up by people running away from the tyranny that's happening up north with the pandemic, and people are running away with all the lockdowns and everything. So people from New Jersey, people from New York have been running here to SoliVita in hordes. And what's driving the price of the homes up now is these people come down, and let's say you're selling a home $250,000. The trouble is they'll outbid you. You can have 8, 9 bids, and they'll all be over the price of what the home is. So the homeowner's been jacking up the price of their homes, and what happens is they're still being outbidded by people up north from New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania, and they're coming down here in hordes. I don't mind saying that this Florida is a red state. We have DeSantis. This is Polk County. We have Sheriff Judge Grady, who is our sheriff, a very, very tough sheriff. His attitude is, and he's told us, someone breaks into your house, you shoot them. No questions asked, you shoot them. Shoot them on sight. They don't belong in your house, you shoot them. That's how tough they are down here. In fact, his sheriff department, some guys start shooting at the sheriffs, and they shot him. I don't know how many times they must have shot him. You know, it could have been 100 times. And the news media asked Sheriff Judge Brady, why'd you have to shoot the guy so many times? Couldn't you just shot him a few times and that was it? And he said, the reason we shot him so many times is we ran out of bullets. I mean, that's the way this sheriff is. He's not like up north. Down here, everybody is to learn how to use a gun. They want you to learn how to use a gun, and they want you to protect yourself if anyone dare break in. But the whole attitude down here in Florida is a lot different than up north. A lot different. And this is a gated community, and I'll show you what I mean by gated exactly in case you don't understand, but this is a guarded gated community, and I'll get to that in just a minute. The first thing that greets you in SoliVita here is not only the landscaping, but on this side you will have a lake, a nice big lake that greets you on your right hand side. And then as we pan over, there's some of the homes in the background. On this side, what greets you on the left-hand side is a golf course. That's one of 2 golf courses. And this extends all the way down of the property. This is 4,300 acres. Gives you a little bit of an idea of exactly the landscaping there is. That's the next thing that's going to hit you. Is the wildlife. There are tons and tons of birds. There are eagles that even live here, besides your hawks. besides your cranes. What you're listening to is a crane right now. Um, they have wild boars. They have bobcats. They snakes, alligators. You name it, it's here. It's in Florida. There's not a problem with the animals and the people. And the wildlife, like the birds, get used to the humans. They seem to not even care. They ignore you. They walk by you. They will come in the street. They won't fly away right away because they're used to humans. The other animals, like the gators and stuff, they stay away. They don't come up. Yeah, if you walk little Fifi close to the water, maybe a gator will come up and grab little Fifi. But there hasn't been any incidents of human contact with the gators. Like I said, you live in a reservation, so you have to respect the animal life that's here. A lot of people may not like that. So let's go further up and I'll show you some more. Right now, this is the front gate, and the whole architect of this place was designed to look like Tuscany, Italy. And since my wife's Italian from Italy, she really loved it. It reminded her of the Italy she came from, where she had warmer weather, not cold weather like up north. So she loved it and fell in love with the architect, which I will show you. There's cobblestone streets. As you can see, there's tile roofs. And another thing that people seem to really, what can I say, reject about Florida. They say, oh, it's so hot. Well, you have to treat the hot days as your winter. And like yesterday, it was beautiful. Absolutely 86 degrees. It was gorgeous. Absolutely. What we're looking at here is a bike trail. There's 5 miles of bike trails. Or you can ride on the street. Remember, this is a 55 and older community, permits golf carts, people on bikes all the time. People are walking all the time. The drivers here, you have to understand, if you come here, slow down, because there are older people, there's bikes and everything here. So it's one of those things that you just have to pretty much get used to, that it's a laid back community. And as you can see, the sign, guests, residents, high vehicles, stuff like that. And there is a guard there at that, what could you say, guard shack. If you're somebody who wants to get in here, you have to go through that shack. You have to be vetted, or you have to show them a pass or something like that. So let's continue on. After you get in through the gate, there's first streets you're going to come to, and sections you're going to come to is Largo Vista, and if you go over there, it's Bella Vista. Each little neighborhood, these are like little neighborhoods, each little neighborhood has a name. And as you can see, there's cobblestone streets. That's another thing. The streets, a lot of the streets here are cobblestone. All the driveways here in SoliVita are not cement, but they are cobblestone, along with your walkway going into your house. That is going to be cobblestone. Everything is cobblestone. And every place you go, like Largo Vista, these are all Italian names, but these are the little sections that you get into. And they have a captain of each section. And right behind there, if you can see, there's already another lake. So this is the second lake just driving in here. That's a big lake. And we're going to get over there and I'll show you more about the lakes. Okay, from here, this is the second lake you're already going to hit. Remember, there's hundreds of these lakes and ponds here. Over there, there's an island right over there where you see the birds, the white birds. Can you see the island over there? That's called Bird Island. And at night, around 7, 8 o'clock, all the cranes and everything start flying over there, and that's where they sit for the night to rest. You can see quite a few of them. Let me see if I can't get a close-up. Yeah, you can see quite a few of them, but there's Bird Island. So there's, and as you see, this is a pretty good lake. Another thing about SoliVita is if you like fish like I do, or if you like fishing, you can fish in any lake here. Okay, any lake you can fish in. There are bass, there are tilapia, uh, there is what else? I'm not sure of all the fish that they have here in Florida because I don't know if it's been stocked or if some of these fish came in off of birds and then they have impregnated the ponds with, like the tilapia for one thing. Tilapia is not a fish that you would want to introduce into a pond, but some way, or a lake, but some way tilapias are here. And they are big tilapias and they spawn come spring. I have pictures of them spawning. But in the background there, let's see if we can't see, you can see that's the town. That is the Tuscan village, which I'll take you to. But already within a matter of a minute of just driving in, you already hit one of the big lakes. So we've seen two lakes already. And all the homes are built around the lake. Now there's three different types of homes. Home number one, you can be backed up to a lake. These homes you see that are backed up to this lake, they're very expensive because they have a lake view. The better the view, the more money you're going to pay. You probably can pay $60,000 to $80,000 more for that house just because of the view. Then they have what they call the woodsy view, where your home's backed up to the woods, and then you have a back-to-back where your home may be backed up to another house. There are advantages and disadvantages. We have a back-to-back house only because that's the way my wife wanted it. In case grandchildren came over, she didn't want to worry about going too close to a pond. Don't forget, these ponds go through different cycles during the year. They go through mosquitoes. Don't forget, snakes are here. Alligators are here. It's not unusual for an alligator to walk up to your lanai, sit by your lanai, sunning himself. That means you can't leave your lanai. You can't go out of your house in the backyard. Not with an 8-9 foot alligator sitting there. There's advantage and disadvantage. Then there's mosquitoes come springtime. These little gnat mosquitoes, thousands and thousands of them can collect all over your lanai screen. Another disadvantage, if you go to the woods, then you got the animals you got to contend with. Bobcats, you got boars. Boars can wind up coming into your yard, digging up your yard. So these are things you have to think about. Does it happen to everybody? No, it does not. But you have to realize that when you buy and you live in a reserve like this that protects the animals, and as you can see, all the trees and stuff, that's what you have to expect. Here comes a flock of birds coming here. You gotta expect that. You live with these animals and you have to respect them. They don't have to respect you. You have to respect them. It was their land before it was all built up with homes. So if you like this kind of environment, and I do, I like it. I love it. It's just absolutely beautiful. This is just something you just wouldn't get up north. Anyhow, I'll take you into the town and I can show you some of the Tuscany village that we have here in SoliVita. I wanted to stop and show you. There's a sign. Let me see if I can get a close-up of it. You can see a sign back there, right there. And of course, that says beware of alligators. So, you know, people come down here and they think these are lizards. You can see the town. You can see a fountain there in the background. This is part of the bike trail. Very quaint, very nice. And you can ride through all the neighborhoods. Actually, there's people here that ride 25 miles a day to get exercise because it is very nice. I ride about 10 miles a day. not 25, but 10. But I thought I'd stop and show you that. They did a good job on landscaping, and they did a very good job on laying out this property compared to other properties that we have seen. Right now we're heading into town, and as you can see, that is a golf course. Not a golf course, that's a baseball diamond, and right on the other side of the diamond back there is the golf course. I don't know if you can see it, but you can see some sand on the other side of the yellow line. That would be the golf course. And right here, what we're looking at with the flags, that is a baseball diamond. They have softball, baseball for men and women. They have some pavilions out there where you can go sit down. You can have a club, you have a picnic there, which we've done. They have a dog park over there for your dogs, your animals. They have over on here, pickleball courts. And of course, as we pan over here, once again, a lake. And as you can see by the landscaping, it's absolutely beautiful. So we'll head on into town. This is the front entrance to the town. And you have the ballroom, which you're looking at here. But that is to the town. And once again, as you can see, everything has cobblestone streets. As we pan over here, in the back there, you have a garden, so you can have yourself a garden. Now, you're not permitted to have gardens by your house because this is a reserve. Remember, there are deer here, there are other animals, raccoons, possums, you name it. And if you have a garden, you're going to attract the animals in the backyards of people, and they will eat their bushes and destroy everything. So in order to hold that down, they have back there, they have a large garden with boxes so you can plant up tomatoes and stuff like that with a 8-9 foot fence, and to help keep the animals out. And then to the left of that, of course, they have pickleball courts. But this is the entrance to SoliVita. You have over here, you have what is called a bistro, and you can go in there and get sandwiches and a pizza or something like that. So this is the town of SoliVita. And you have, as you can you see that sign, billiards and gallery? They have a real nice few billiard tables, real nice. They have craft rooms. You have the ballroom. You have the Mosaics is a restaurant. They're redoing the whole thing. Got it? Redoing the whole thing. Then as you come around here, which I'll take you to, you see this bridge here? That's all done with cobblestone. That's quite unique how they did this. The building over there is the Riviera. And inside the Riviera is a gym, so you can work out. There's all kinds of exercise classes. On the top floor is a track, an indoor running track, or you can walk on the track. And down below the track is an indoor swimming pool. And as you can see, here's the art gallery, waterfront galleries. And as we come down here, you can see the big lake, one of the lakes. This one has a fountain. Palm trees. That's another thing. Oh, they removed some palm trees. But this, the SoliVita right now, palm trees, as you all know, come either from California or Tampa, and they're not grown right here on the property. But we have over 3,000 palm trees here in SoliVita. They all must be maintained, cut. That costs money. That's why the bill is so high for maintaining. Here's another fountain with a lake. I'll take you to see that a little bit better. But this gives you an idea of the beauty of where, and everything's like this. Every place you want to look is landscape to the nines. Uh, Back there in the back is a golf course, and there's homes backing up to that. Another fountain, and we have a spa. So here we have a spot where you can have a little picnic, sit down, have lunch if you want. You can bring your own lunch. No one says you have to buy it from any other places, but they give you this option where you can enjoy the lakefront. Uh, this is where the tilapia will spawn. You got to remember that all this growth you're looking at does not exist in springtime. And I have some film of it where the tilapia are big, huge, 3-4 foot diameter pits for their spawning. Once again, as you can see, we have ducks. And there's the tower. Bird Island. Over there are where the new homes are. All the model homes are sold. They're on consignment. In other words, they're kind of leasing them back to show people the models, but they're all sold. Once again, people from New Jersey, New York bought them up. And you wouldn't think it, but there's a lot of maintenance that has to be done to palm trees, cutting them, trimming them, making sure they look good. And when you have over 3,000 of them, that's a lot of work. But you may be thinking to yourself, wow, this looks pretty impressive. But every neighborhood looks like this. This isn't just to impress people coming to buy a home. So this is something you don't see a lot of. They have these steps here, and they have it looks like this could be a boat ramp. They also do have boats here, paddle boats. And, maybe there's like 12 people that have to do one boat. But you see how they make these pots up and they put them on the steps just to make the place look nice. And that's what the people want that live here. And of course, you think to yourself, when you look at all this beauty and everything, you think to yourself, man, this has got to be outrageously expensive. But it isn't. Believe it or not, it is not outrageously expensive. It's, yes, you do have people who are rich here, that have very large incomes, but you have a lot of middle-class people, really, that live here, because it is reasonably priced to live here. Like I said, the home prices have only escalated because of the pandemic and people trying to get out of New Jersey, New York, and basically, I hate to say it, they're trying to get out of blue states. They're tired. They're tired of the blue states and all the lockdowns and all the wearing masks. So they're coming down here in droves because they want the freedom that Florida gave them. So that did drive the price of the homes up in this beautiful SoliVita. But all the homes here in Florida have been going up in price only because supply and demand. There's more demand than there is supply. Here's something you don't think about when you come to a community. AED. These AEDs are all over the community. Like I said, this is a retirement community. You have older people. They've already had to use these AEDs a few times, especially for golfers, I found out. Have a heart attack, and they've saved their life with these AEDs. I think a couple of people's lives have been saved already just by adding these AEDs. But that's a nice little touch that you don't see in any other community, where because these AEDs cost about $1,600-1,700 for one AED. Here what you're looking at is the pharmacy, K&M Drugs. Down there is Stonegate Golf Club, the entrance to it, and that's a roundabout. So you have your own drugstore. And as we look, we have the Riviera. Spa and Fitness Center. Like I said, that's the one that has the indoor swimming pool and the indoor track. The stairway here, it says, goes up to the indoor track, and you can get from the indoor track from the inside. But as you can see, the whole street is all cobblestone. It has that Italian look to it, that Tuscany look to it, old town charm. And of course, downtown here, they have the car shows, they have outings. SoliVita provides for their own fireworks, so you don't have to leave the property. They really have a very good fireworks display, very good, so you don't have to leave. You don't have to go to Disney or anything during the 4th of July. They have a very good fireworks display. And the spa is connected up with Medicare and Medicaid, so if you have a problem, and it's a continuous problem, they go through Medicare to massage if you need a massage or anything, and they take care of that. This is where another restaurant is. They have a chess set, outdoor chess set. They're going to be doing something with the ground next to the chess set, because what they have is a lot of events there, and people come there and they have live bands, and people dance, and you know, it's called Wine Down Wednesday. And as you pan over, this is the Stonegate Grill here. It's called The Grill. Must have taken somebody months to think of that name, The Grill. But anyhow, right there, that is The Grill. And you can see people out there having lunch. And if you come around here, you can see it says SoliVita, established May of 2000. So it's 22 years old. You go through there. There's a shop, a golf shop, pro shop, golf balls, shirts, hats, you name it. It's all there. Like I said, there are 2 golf courses here, and they have plenty of parking over there, golf parking, and people from the outside can come here to go golfing. This is not a closed community to golfers. They also have another thing for golfers too that people don't know is every Monday for $25 at 1 o'clock, you can hit a bucket of balls. We have a range. And then after you're done hitting a bucket of balls for a half hour, you get to play 9 holes of golf. They give you a golf cart. That's for 25 bucks. That's cheap. Even if you're a learner and want to learn, well, that's why you have the half-hour lesson by a pro. He helps you out, gets you develop on your swing, and then you and another person, you get a golf cart. That's part of the deal for $25 and play 9 rounds of golf. You do it in the afternoon because in the morning your hardcore golfers are out in the morning. So I do that. I go to the 1 o'clock one where it's $25, and myself and a friend will go golfing. We're not good golfers, but hey, for 25 bucks and a golf cart, you can't beat it. And this is, like I said, K&M Drugs. So this gives you an idea of the landscaping that they have here. So this is it for this video. Once again, there's the garden over there. And then if you come over here, look in the foreground, that background there, it's going to be pickleball and tennis, and they have shuffleboard. But I just want to show you this, the village center, we just call it the town, and look how nicely they planted up. And this is Freedom Park. And there's another thing too, there's a Veterans Memorial here for veterans. I'm a veteran, so they have a memorial for veterans. They will, if a veteran passes away, they will do a memorial for them, put the flag at half staff for 3 days for the veteran, which is nice. They have Kennedy, Cape Canaveral burial grounds here for veterans, which is, as long as you're honorably discharged, you get there. I wanted to show you, see, they're trimming up the plants. So it's just a beautiful place. And I'm going to show you more. I'm going to cut this video short here because of the time, but I will show you more of the lakes and ponds here that we have, the wildlife, the forest preserves, you can even go through them. They got a spot called Jurassic Park where you go right through the woods. Golf cart you can take, your bicycle through them. It's really quite neat and quite interesting. And as you can see, they're maintaining the property. The property is very well maintained by a company called Floral Lawn. They do it. And like I said, it's not cheap, but with over 5,500 homes, and each home I think has an HOA of, let's say, $200 a month. Figure it out. At $200 at 5,500 homes, that's what, over $1 million every month you're taking in of revenue to pay to maintain the property and things like that. So it's there. The revenue's there. And like I said, it is a golf cart community. However, one reason I moved here was the fact of it does have lakes and ponds. It's good for fishing. It's good for collecting fish. If you're one of those people who like to catch live fish, small live fish, you could do that here. And the CDD. The CDD is the people who take care of all the lakes and ponds. Since I'm an ichthyologist and limnologist, and I deal in all this stuff, I thought it would be a great idea that I become involved with the CDD to help maintain these 100 lakes and ponds that are here. And if you see where that white tent is down there, you see where that white tent? Every Monday and Friday, they have a market, and people come in and they come in with vegetables and fruits and everything else that you can buy, and that's every Monday and Friday. So really, you don't have to almost leave the property to get anything, as far as like if you need bananas, mangoes, peaches, you can get them every Monday and Friday. They'll be back. What is it, August 19th. They're taking a little vacation, but come Friday, they'll be back. And this place will be full of golf carts and people buying up their goods. And that's pretty nice. Something that is convenient and right on the property. But as you can see, just by me panning all the trees and all the landscaping and trees that are involved living here. And it is super, super beautiful. It really is. Anyone who comes here always tells me, man, this is either like being on a expensive college campus, or it's like being at Disney World. It's if you ever been to Disney World and you see how the landscaping is beautiful, that's what SoliVita is. It's almost like an extension of Disney World. It's just that beautiful, and it's something that you don't see up north, really, because of the expense. And they have all the infrastructure done to this place before they started building homes. I think that was a requirement of Polk County or Poinciana. This could be Poinciana or Kissimmee, but I think it was a requirement that you have your infrastructure done before you start selling homes, because a lot of these places that build homes here in Florida, they maybe have a pool and a pavilion or something. They don't have their infrastructure done. And then they say, well, we got to sell 700 homes before we can. And no, it was a requirement that if they wanted to build here, they had to have all this infrastructure done. They had to have the town done. They had to have all the centers done, the village centers done. So as you see it, that's why these trees look so big, because they're over 22 years old when they started planting here. And of course, there was an incident I'm going to tell you before I end this video. The builder is building in another section, a few hundred more homes, and the Army Corps of Engineers came in and pulled about 35 homes from them and said, nope, you can't build these homes. You got to make lakes, you got to leave land, you got to for the animals. And they weren't too happy about that. Believe me, you lose 35 home sales. That's a lot. But that's what happens when you live on a reserve like this. You got to cater to the animals. You got to provide for them with lakes, ponds, everything that's involved with taking care of animals. So the builder was not happy, believe me. Losing 35 home sales, no, they didn't like that at all. But that's the way it is here because of you have so much animal life and aquatic life that's here you have to cater to. Anyhow, that's it for this video. I will do more videos on SoliVita, show you more ponds. I mean, it's just one lake, one pond after another, people. Just everywhere you ride your bike, there's another lake, another pond, another plants growing out of them. Some don't have plants, which is what I've been trying to show you on my videos. Some have plants, some have zero plants, and they all have to be taken care of. So until next time, this is Dr. Novak. Thank you very much for watching.